Is 1 o'clock on Thursday, which means it is time for our YouTube live. So let me go ahead and refresh over here just to be sure. I see comments coming in, but I got to be sure. I made my own self talk. No, my gosh. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Linda and Becky and Angie. Appreciate you guys coming. And I hope you're having a great week. So this is our card for today. It uses a new online exclusive called Drizzling Droplets. It's a background stamp. You can see it's just a whole bunch of, well, you might even call it drizzling droplets. It does look like a bit of a drizzle when you stamp it, so that is good. And then I've got the Bright Skies, which is one of my, it's really a fun bundle from the January to April mini catalog. So let's go ahead and get started. This will all be on my blog tomorrow. Hey everybody, I appreciate you guys coming. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. You'll be glad to know I've done much of the die cutting ahead of time, because the die cutting isn't really kind of the point of this card. It's more playing with this background stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by inking the Drizzling Droplets. Actually, I'm not. Let me start and let you know how I put this together so that you can kind of figure it out. In order to really make this and get the drizzling droplets where I wanted them, okay, so I wanted it raining below the clouds and sunny above the clouds, you kind of got to know where the clouds are going to go, right? So let's look at some die cuts. The first die cut I have is my cloud, and it's from Bright Skies. It's the largest cloud, and I stamped it in Balmy Blue on basic white and cut it out with the largest cloud die cut. And then I used both of the little die cuts to make some clouds, like so. All right. So what you want to do when you are making this card is figure out where you want your clouds to be. And I put them, kind of partway down the cardstock. And so this tells me where I need to start drizzling droplets from below and blended sky above. Okay, so let me show you how I did that. I turned this on its side like so. I took one of those pieces of that flimsy windowy stuff that you get with photopolymer stamp sets now, and I placed it right here, and then I just pulled my clouds out. So what's the order of go? You want to stamp and die cut your large cloud, die cut your two small clouds, and figure out where they go on the cardstock, on your white cardstock. Then place a window sheet roughly where those clouds were, and then we're going to stamp our drizzling droplets. Okay, this is going to act as a mask. So I can just stamp right over the top, and it's just not going to stamp where that is. I know it seems a little self-explanatory, but you'd be surprised. Okay, so in order to, thank you, Alicia, I appreciate it. In order to avoid the stamping off piece, what I did, because it's too dark if you ink and stamp, it's just like too much. It looks like a downpour. It looks like Kansas in the spring with a downpour, and then you look up and there's like flying monkeys and stuff. So what I did is I used my blending brush technique, and I just colored it with my Pool Party ink pad. And because I'm using a mask, you can just ink everywhere. Okay. And it's a little hard to see with Pool Party, especially when you have kind of an unjuicy ink pad. But, do the best you can. I can just tell you this part up here is going to be covered. This part up here is going to be, down here is going to be covered. So you're really looking for the center, but it's really too hard to try to figure out where to stop and start. So just do the whole thing. It's a lot easier, I promise. Okay, so that ought to be pretty good. And then I'm going to huff on it like I'm making a cloud on a window and then drawing a face in it. And I'm going to move whatever this is right there, because I don't want that to be in the way. Huff again. And then I'm going to turn it over and just center it on there. And I'm using this non-Stampin' Up tool. It's called a Stampendable, yes. And it works really good on these background stamps. Get a good rub going without wiggling the stamp set. Okay. All right, everybody hold your breath. Ah, there we go. One each drizzle, part way up the card piece. Okay, so I can set this aside. I'll keep my pool party out because now I'm going to use it to now I'm going to use it to make my sky. And when you're blending, you want to start off of your cardstock and then come onto it so you don't get a lot of you don't get a big blotch. I mean, you know, skies can be blotchy. I don't think that's a real problem. And again, I'm not worrying about where I'm going to put the clouds. I'm just kind of coming all the way down and getting it all cloudy up. I'm cloudifying this. All right. Again, this Drizzling Droplets is a new online exclusive, and like all online exclusives, I like to tell people just consider them to be while supplies last. Some of the things will be restocked, but if you see something you like, I highly recommend you just get it. We've already got a couple of things that are not orderable. They're telling us it'll be back in stock, but why would you want to wait? If you see something, get it. It's like going to Costco when you see that little asterisk thing. If you like it, you best get it. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, so now we can go ahead and mat this on my Granny Apple, or no, this is Lemon Lime Twist, sorry. Lemon Lime Twist cardstock for the card front. Oops. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. There we go. And then our card, when you make this, I like to let my clouds fall off the edge of the card front. So what I recommend that you do is set your card base down, and this is a lemon lolly. Put your card front in place, and then you can figure out where you're going to adhere your clouds so that they can fall off the edge without falling off the edge and being where you can't get it in your envelope, because that's never fun. Okay, so we're going to put one there, and then I'm going to put one here, and it's going to fall off that edge and be a little bit lower, and then one is going to be like right up here, except it's going to be on top. Okay, so let me go ahead and adhere those. Keep this where it is, and do the first two are going to be in, oh yes, thank you Rosie for the reminder. There will be no YouTube or Zoom the Craft Room next Thursday because I'll be in Houston at Onstage. There will also be no YouTube on Saturday night because yes, I'll be in Houston at Onstage. But you should be watching my Facebook page because you never know. I may go live. I don't know. We may have to have a little quick video, a quick go live from the ballroom in the Marriott Marquis during Onstage. I don't know. We're going to have like 14 Critters and Creatin' Crew people there. So that is going to be awesome. I am very excited. I think total of our total team, we're going to have 24 crew members across the whole gamut of the team, which is amazing. Talk about representing. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I don't want to use that one. I cut all these new dimensionals and I don't want to use the edges because I don't like them. They bug me. I mean, I use them, but they annoy me. Okay, now this little guy, I'm going to pop him on with some dimensionals because that is more fun. That is more fun. The little cloud has to be popped on with dimensionals. Hey, Lori, are you going? I hope I'll see you there. Or are you talking about if I go live? I need more information, more data. Okay, so we're going to put him right there. Okay, now we're going to make a sun, and I've actually done the sun. Here comes the sun, little darling. Nee, 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 nee. Now, I want to show you something about this little sun. This little sun is a little persnickety. Okay, and I'm going to show you why when I find the dies. So let me stamp this. I'm going to do it. I've already stamped it and die cut it because you never want to, it's like doing math in public. There's just some things you don't share. Can you see that I have a black dot on that stamp right there? When you first pull this bundle out, you're going to find a stamp sun and a die for the sun. And it's a little bit hard to figure it out. So here's what I suggest. Take your time, figure it out, do a stamp, and kind of keep track of which little ray of sunshine is straight up. Okay? And then you're basically going to do this. You're going to go like, okay, no, that's not it. Okay, that's not it. Okay, that's not it. And eventually you're going to get around and it's going to fit. Okay? At that point, what I want you to do is I want you to mark in your noggin that this is the ray that is straight up, pull it off, and use a Sharpie marker to make a dot there. Okay? Then use a Sharpie marker to make a corresponding dot on the die. That way the next time you can put this dotted piece straight up and you will know that you just have to come back and put that dot on your die on that straight up ray. Okay? That's how you want to do that. I promise you will be very happy if you do that. Oh, Lori. Okay, good. Well, we'll try to go live. We will attempt to go live. So anyway, I did that. I stamped a sun in Daffodil Delight and I cut it out with my marked die. And so now I am going to slide that behind my clouds. He's going to go like right about there because here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. That is not the tune at all. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're going to make some grass. I made grass with lemon lime twist cardstock. And all I did was I took a piece of cardstock, and I can tell you it truly doesn't matter how long it is, but you want it to be the same width as your mat. So it is 4 1/4 wide, and it was probably 3 1/2 or so tall. I took both of the cloud, these are now grass, but they can also be clouds. I took both of the cloud dies and I put one there and I put the other one near above it. Okay. And then I ran it through the die cutting machine. So this one I'm going to use in the exact size that it is. And this one I'm going to tailor by cutting the bottom piece off to be as tall as I want my grass to be. Did that make sense? If it didn't make sense, tell me, Mary, you're smoking something. I don't know what you're smoking, but you're smoking it. Okay, so to make our grass even more grassier, I'm going to take some garden green ink. And I am going to use a dauber. And I'm going to daub across the top. I'm starting to think I didn't use garden green. I think I used Granny Apple green, but we're going to use garden green on this one. Use Granny Apple. If you make it, do like my sample will be. Use Granny Apple green. You'll like it a lot better. I may have to recut this because I'm not sure I'm going to like it. Oh, that's way too dark. Let me recut, guys. This will be good because you'll get to see what I'm going to do. Hang on a second. I just don't like it. I'll keep that one. Hang on. Be hanging on. Be hanging on. Let's see if this is wide enough. Yes, it's 4. Did I say 4 or 4 1/4? Okay, so I need a piece that has the other, let's see, this is this one. I want to use both of them, so, because that way they'll be good and disconnected. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the top of this across there, okay? Hang on just a second. Be hanging on, be hanging on. All right. All right, now that is our top, so we're going to take We don't need this to be all that tall. So it's kind of random how deep you want to make that, okay? Because it's going to go in the back and be covered by the other piece. All right, so now I'm going to undo that error, and I'm going to get my Granny Apple Green out. Yeah, it'll be fine. I just stuck it over off to the side. There we go. Okay, clean off my die here, or my dauber. I even had it written, it's my Granny Apple Green dauber, for goodness sake. Make sure we're doing Granny Apple Green. Okay, let's try that again. Rewind. Okay, so then we're going to use our Granny Apple Green, and we're going to just add some green near the top to kind of look like grass. And so what I did is, instead of doing this and scrubbing all around, I'm making verticals. I'm doing a vertical like this. There we go. Well, by this time next Thursday, I will be, let's see, by this time next Thursday, I will be on my way to Houston. Not there quite yet. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the other piece. Like so. And I don't know when whether we'll get to see the new catalog in the first general session on Thursday, or maybe not until Saturday or Friday or Saturday. I don't know. Probably on Thursday, because they kind of know that we're all sitting on pins and needles and not really paying attention. So they probably figure they best just let us see the catalog and get it out of our systems, because that's what we all want to be there. Okay. Here we go. Oh, you love Daffodil Delight. It is a great yellow. Okay, so now in order to figure out what's going to go where, this is my top piece, and I'm going to put him right about there, and then the bottom piece is going to go here. Okay, what you got to remember, think about, is you want to have room. I don't want Brighter Skies Are on Their Way. Why did I get this one out? I can see it's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Okay, we're going to use Sprinkled with Love, because that is what I wanted this card to be. Not a Brighter Skies Are on the Way card. Jeez. Okay, so what you want to do is place your sentiment on your bottom piece, which is going to be your top piece, if you will, so that you know that you have enough room to make your sentiment, to stamp your sentiment, okay? And then I just kind of took my ruler and said, okay, it looks like if I give myself 1.5 inches, I'll be plenty. So I'm just going to cut that off at 1.5 inches. You're kind of getting, this is, I'm going to call this the making the sausage. The making the sausage. And you know you need 1.5 inches where your sentiment is. Down here, 1.5 inches. See where I'm going with that? This 1.5 inches is not going to give you a full 1.5 inches there. So I just put that right there. So yeah, we're going to make the sausage. You get to see how to make the sausage here. All right. Now we'll see how that's going to look, if it's going to be too big. Okay, so now I'm still not gonna adhere anything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp that sentiment. I'm gonna stamp it right up at the top, and then if I can, I'm gonna make it shorter. Okay, so it's kind of iterative, right? It isn't perfect the first go, maybe not even perfect the second go, but that's really how card making is made. You know, I had somebody ask me the other day, how do people, when they put multiple panels on a card front, how do they know how big they are? Well, they make a card front and they get their ruler out and they math that booger. So, or you find it on somebody's tutorial and you make it just like that. Let them do the math, which is always easier. I'm just saying. Okay, so we're going to sprinkle this with love right there. Hold it in place. Don't wiggle. There we go. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut just to the below the base of that love so that I have a little bit less top grass. A little bit less top grass. I'm going to go right about there. Okay. There we go. Just like that. Uh-oh, something just dropped on the ground. What was it? What was it? Well, I don't actually know. Oh, wait. Oh, that was my scoring tool. Okay, let's put that back in. Let's put that back in. Is it Monday or is it just me? I think it must be just me. Okay, there we go. Must be a week for those kinds of videos. I'm just saying. Alrighty. Lori, the paint is pretty decent. I was bragging to my team last night on my team meeting that I was so proud of myself because I had only used one tramadol all day long. And then when I went to bed, let's just say I paid a heavy price for that cockiness. So now I'm being darn sure every 6 hours I take more pain med. That is the trick with an injury, by the way, is take the pain med even if you aren't in pain. That was the problem yesterday. I wasn't hurting, and so I kept forgetting to take it. And then by the time I remembered to take it, it was so close to going to bed, it was time to take this. It's a big thing. It's a whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on first, and I'm going to do it with dimensionals. But I'm just putting the dimensionals across the bottom, and then in the center, but not near the top, so that I have plenty of room. In fact, I'm going to drop that down a little bit so that I have plenty of room to tuck that other piece of grass in place. Does that make sense? Because I'm going to put this like so. Okay. And then I'm going to slide this one under with liquid glue so that I can make my grass. And if I've got my dimensionals right up here at the top, I can't do that sliding. You want to be able to slide, people. It's not the electric slide, it's the cardstock slide, see? Gretchen, I had a close encounter with a hay hook and a hay bale, and I fell on my butt ox, and it hurt. I actually have a compression fracture at L1, which is fun. Okay, wait, I gotta hold my breath and hold my tongue just right, because I want to line the edges up and I want to line the bottom up, okay? So that looks seamless as you are looking at it. And I kind of like to check over here, and we're good. You can see the clouds sticking off. But since we put it on our card base to put it together, we know that is all good. So anyway, that's what I have. I have a lovely back brace on, and I ice it all day long usually. Not right now because I was cold. And that's what we're doing. Better living through chemistry. And I will be using plenty of it next week. Okay, so I've just put some liquid glue on the back of my grass, and I'm going to slide it in. And where it ends up is really up to you. But you want the edges lined up with the edge of your cardstock, your mat. Okay? And there you have grass. So this one is popped up. This one is not. And we're now ready to plant some flowers. Ooh, 60 tortillas. Send them on. Send them on. Okay, now I've already made some flowers. I have to tell you what. This little flower right here, this is the stamped and die cut flower. I stamped him in Daffodil Delight. And he is by far the cutest flower ever. If he's just the darlingest flower ever. And then I have cut some little stems and leaves from Granny Apple Green. Okay, so my grass is Lemon Lime Twist. My stems are Granny Apple Green. And I have 5 of them. And so what I've done basically is I'm just kind of staggering them along. And you can put it behind there if you want, or you can put it in the front. You can have one down here, kind of evenly space them. Or you can not evenly space them. It is totally up to you. Let's see. Let's put this guy back here. Nah, that's still too close. A little too close to the sun, baby. We're going to put him up here like this. All right. So that looks like a pretty good spacing to me. And then I'm going to use a dimensional to put those flowers on. So let's go ahead and put our little stem leaves on. If you use tramadol regularly, pain stays at bay. Yes. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing tramadol in the day and Tylenol codeine at night. So, yeah. And you know what? I've been doing this for so long. I know that. I know you take the meds on schedule, whether you hurt or you don't. Because if you don't do that, then you will hurt. It's a guaranteed. And that's what I did yesterday. I got cocky and I kind of stopped thinking about it and thinking I was all good. I don't want that there. Why did I put that there? Because I'm yakking. I'm busy yakking. Good Lord. But yeah, that's what I did. It was a rookie mistake. And I thought to myself, look at you, you're healing. Well, no, not going to be healing quite that quick, I don't think. So I will not do that rookie mistake again. I used to be the one that would tell people that were injured and they'd say, well, I'm worried about getting addicted. And I'm like, you're not going to get addicted in a couple of weeks, probably. If you are going to get addicted in a couple of weeks, you're going to get addicted in a couple of days. It's not going to make a difference for you. Take the pain med. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put a dimensional on the back of each of my flowers. Come here now. This one, did you see him refusing to get off of that paper? My gosh. Okay, now these little guys are lemon lime or lemon lolly, and they use this little die in the stamp set. And then this one obviously is the stamped and cut out with this die in Daffodil Delight. Obviously. Okay, so let's go ahead and dimensionalize. Hey, Cheryl, you're from Houston, huh? Well, we're all going to be influxing your city next week. It's going to be a big thing. I just saw somebody who's going down who is doing a tour of the Space Center. I wish I was going in. I wish I had decided to go in on Wednesday because I would love to do that. I'd like to see the Space Center, but I'm not going to have time to do it. Okay, so I'm going very I'm a straight row planter, apparently. There could be a cloud behind that flower, depending on your perspective. I'm going to put these like so. Every other one. Or what do you think? Should I go crazy and put two together? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should go like this. Just go crazy. What do you think? Give me input. Need input. Need input. Go like that or go every other one? I'll wait a second. Hang on. Go ahead. Sharon, yes to this. Two together like this. Okay. I have one vote for two together. Yes, two together. Okay. That's two people. That's a majority. Well, not really, but we're going to go with it. Because it's a card. Here we go. Righto. And we'll put that there like that. I love these little guys right here. And these little flowers are just darling. Between the flowers and the cuteness of the stems, I'm very happy with the flowers. I wish I could grow flowers as easily as I can make flowers. Don't you? Maybe you guys are Carol, every other one. Now we did have some every others. Well, here, look. For the every other ones, you have the sample card, and for the two together ones, we have the video card. I'm a people pleaser. That's what I am, people pleaser. All right. Yes, I thought I was so clever making the drizzle be below the clouds. I did. I sat here and congratulated myself on my cleverness. It was like, oh, Mary, you're so clever. It's crazy. All right, now I have some classic matte dots, and I'm using the vanilla ones in the larger flowers. I used a large vanilla one in the large flowers and a small vanilla one in the littler flowers. That. Apparently I had to stop talking for a second because I was trying to do three things at once. I was buffering. Okay, here we go. And then we're going to put a couple down in the grass, like little eggs, like Easter eggs. And I'm going to use a bigger one for the over there. Yeah. Like that. And there is our card front. Is that not so cute? You know why this is fun? Because April flowers, spring, May showers. No, wait. April showers, spring, May flowers. You shouldn't try to be funny when you can't talk, right? Okay. All right, so let's set that aside. And on our inside, I am leaving no sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp a sun and a couple of 3 of my favorite flowers. And then it will be all done ski. So to do the flowers, I'm going to take my, this is one of the images in the set, and I am going to stamp it in Granny Apple Green a couple 3 times across the bottom. Like so. And they don't have to be straight. In fact, I don't really want them to be straight. I kind of want them to be crookedy, and I kind of want them to be slightly different angles. Like that. And I'm going to do my envelope at the same time whilst I am here. Okay. Okay, for you guys, how many of you find Granny Apple Green to be the bestest green ever? I love it. It is the best ever. All right, now I'm going to stamp the adorable little flower. Why did I put that away? Because I don't know. I'm going to stamp the flower in Daffodil Delight. And there is actually, this is, I don't care about the tulip because it doesn't go with the rest of my card, but you could use the tulip if you wanted to. All right, but this is my favorite flower. I love this little flower guy. All right, and we're just going to stamp him in Daffodil Delight. Again, apparently I had to shut up because I couldn't stamp and talk at the same time. All right, and then we'll do this one. And I love it because the flower is designed to go the way it goes, and so it's really easy to get it put onto the stem exactly correctly. Now I will leave my Daffodil Delight open, and I'm going to stamp my sun. I'm not going to put the sun on the envelope because that would be silly, because there would be a stamp up there, but I am going to put him up in the top corner like that. All right, because I also love this sun. This is one of my favorite sun images ever. I know. And Granny Apple Green and Shaded Spruce work together perfectly also, in addition. So there you go. Just saying. Yep, Old Olive is a perfect one, but yeah, Old Olive is the best, and I love it with Mossy Meadow, especially in the fall and at Christmas time. For me, Granny Apple Green is like the ultimate spring color, but I'm going to use I'm going to be using Old Olive on my card on Saturday, so for the Saturday video. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to go ahead and adhere it on the inside of my Lemon Lolly card base using my liquid glue. Make sure it's right side up, because having the sun on the bottom would be weird. Unless you're in Australia, and then of course we all know the sun is at the bottom. Hello. Has anybody ever checked, do toilets go backwards in Australia? I don't think I noticed that when I traveled there. I don't remember noticing that. Everybody says it. You know, everybody. I don't think that's true. All right, and some dimensionals for our card front. One more dimensional. Come here, dimensionals. Lemon Lime Twist is your favorite? I know. You're just like wrong. It's a good color. It is a good color. I mean, I used it and everything. But Granny Apple Green is my favorite. You can have Lemon Lime Twist. I'll keep Granny Apple Green. And between us, we're going to make some awesome green colored cards. Just saying. All right. Here we go. We're almost there, guys. Stick with me. What are we doing on time? Oh, sorry. Went over a little bit. Too much yakking. Too much yakking. Too much tips about stamping your sun. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so there we go. And because we did our dry fitting on the card base, we have our clouds tucked inside perfectly. Now I'm going to use some of the Be Mine DSP on my envelope flap. I should use the one that doesn't have any yet because I love that gingham and I think it works perfectly with this card, in fact. Okay. I think it's the whole Southern Hemisphere does opposite water flows. I think that makes as much sense as anything, but I'll probably need to take a trip to Australia just to do some studying and figuring of my own. I did go to Australia once and I tried to learn how to play a didgeridoo because I heard everybody playing them and I thought they were so cool and I thought that would be really awesome. All I could make it do was, that's all you could hear. And no matter how hard I tried, I could not make it didgeridoo or do, and so I left them there. Also, they would have been very annoying to try to get home. But they were, some of those didgeridoos were just gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautifully beautiful. Beautifully, beautifully beautiful. Okay, there we go. World's Easiest Fussy Cut. Get rid of that dimensional cover. And there we have it. And I have a card for everybody's taste. One with 2 flowers together and one with 2 flowers every other one. Ready to roll. All right. So you guys get drizzling droplets so that you can make some rain. Make it rain, baby, and grow your flowers with the Bright Skies set. Have a great rest of your week. I will see you this Saturday, and I think you're going to like the card I got. All right. We'll see you guys. Thanks. Bye.